Hey, welcome back to the channel. We got something new for TCF today. Um, we finally broke down and got a new grocery getter. Just needed another vehicle. Love Moose to death, but having used it to go get groceries, it's a little expensive and not much storage room without having a tunnel cover and stuff. And we want the truck more for off-road and play. And if I break it playing, then I don't have it if I need to drive it, things like that. So decided, okay, we need to get a grocery getter. Tried the one Ford, as you saw back quite a few episodes now. It was a lemon, didn't work out. This time I decided, well, you know what? I don't have the time to build something to drive right now. So let's just go get something, and then I can work on Moose and spend my time on it. So what we ended up with is another Outlander. Only thing is, this one is a hybrid. I didn't even know they made one. So here's an overview of it, show you what we got, and show you the contrast. It's funny. So this is a 2020 Mitsubishi Outlander. The same as that one. Only thing is, this one is a hybrid. That's a plug-in hybrid, so it's a little different. Not what I was expecting, to tell you the truth. Very different. We made sure it had a hitch, so it can pull Squeak and the other small toys. So I don't always have to take the truck if I'm just taking the little guys out. So this truck is a bit, or this SUV is a bit different. Being electric, it has all kinds of the electric goodies. You actually have to plug the vehicle in, and it's definitely what you'd say, an upgrade from Moose. Sunroof, it's got all the bells and whistles. It's used, low mileage though, but it's a nice little vehicle. As I say, I needed something just to get around, to do certain things. I take my mom shopping all the time. She's 80, she doesn't drive. She loves getting in that truck. She absolutely loves getting in Moose. But for me, it's a bit of a pain because I've got to remember to bring stools, well, a three-step ladder for her. If she gets too many groceries, we don't have any place to put them because it's a single cab, and things like that. So it's not as good for everyday use. You know what I mean? So we got this, and I didn't know they made the hybrid, as I said. And I've had a few people stop me since I've gotten it going, what? Where'd you get that? So I thought I'd do one on it and show people that this thing exists. It's a beautiful car. It is quiet as a mouse when it drives. Complete contrast to the noisy truck. You're running 350 with straight exhaust, pretty much. It's got cats and everything, but it pretty much doesn't sound like it does. So, there's a big difference between hearing that run and you don't hear anything in this. It's just so quiet. But this one was 2020. Options this one has is all kinds of like ways to charge when you're driving. It does have a gas engine. It is a hybrid, but it has an electric generator, 2 electric motors, front and rear drive, and then some kind of a clutch system that the gas can take over and drive everything if the battery's not functioning. It doesn't get a lot of mileage on the battery by itself, like 30 kilometers, which I found kind of weird, but because the motor idles basically and recharges everything, you get a lot more than that in reality. Second here. It doesn't have a key, it just has the stupid little fob. So you have your push button. It does all kinds of funky stuff. And that's it running. Absolutely nothing. Not a sound out of it. So it has paddles. These are for brake regeneration. So when you play with these, it's how much it regenerates your battery when you're stopping. So the battery is just fully charged. So I got 32 kilometers battery. I've got 216 kilometers combined, which is pretty good because when I got home last night, I only had 190 something. So now that the battery's recharged, I've got 216K before I have to worry about refueling, etc. I've been driving this thing for a while now. The gas mileage it gets is way beyond that. Way beyond that. I drove 100 kilometers and I used, on this ratio, I used 17 kilometers worth of gas. So it's very good that way. What else can I tell you about it? Again, things I could tell you about it, the other things, in contrast to, of course, the truck. The truck is old school. It's very nothing, which is great for off-road. This is the opposite. It's got every bell and whistle you can think of. So it's got air conditioning, cruise control, it's got lane warning, it's got cross traffic for the rear camera. It tells you all that kind of stuff. It's just phenomenal that way. It just tells you everything that's happening in it. So there you go. I have the AC running right now, and this is what you see in the hood. So this is your motor. As far as I understand, this is the generator. I could be wrong, but that's what I understand. Still learning a lot about this car. But as you can hear, it sounds like a sewing machine. It's so quiet, and it doesn't get much noise from that. Even when you hammer this thing, you barely hear anything, really, out of it. And apparently both axles have motors on them to get you your four-wheel drive. Apparently it can tow over 1,500 pounds, so it should be able to tow the toys with no problem. As I said, it runs off a little key fob right there. So as long as I'm near the vehicle, I can open it, close it, lock it. I don't actually have to even touch the key fob. Gas goes in this side, right here. Electric goes in this side. Has your home plug, and then it has your station plugs, you know, like at the malls and that, the fast chargers. That plugs in there, your home one plugs in here. So, and it came with that, which is a good thing. Nice and roomy. Oh, hang on a second. I'm not unlocked everywhere. There we go. Now I am. Nope. There we go. Like I say, I'm still figuring it out. Anyways, nice interior, split bench. It's nice and clean, which was nice. Not having to deal with a bunch of mess from somebody before me. The seats fold down flat, kind of a unique. And then that seat folds down into it once you take the headrest off. So, lots of room for storage, lots of room to bring things with me if I need to. As I say, it's got a nice big hitch back here, class 3, so I can put my receiver in. I have lots of them, and we can pull that thing around. The back, which is nice for my mom, as I say, I take her shopping and everything. She's at 80, and she's very able, but still, my mom's tiny. So one of these days you'll see her in a video, I'm sure, but she's tiny, and love her dearly. But she can't reach tailgates very well, and she fights them like crazy to get them open. So one of the things I didn't know this had, but when it showed up, I was so happy. It does have the one touch tailgate. So now she can actually open the tailgate without me having to worry. And she actually can reach that button just barely, depending on where she's standing. She can't really get her fingers into here to pull down, but she can touch that, and then it can close for her, so she doesn't have to wait 100% for me all the time, which is a bonus. I'll take you for a little test run in it so you can hear it, and it's beautiful, quiet, and it's going to be out on our road. As I say, it's our grocery getter, our errand runner, and our toy hauler when I don't want to take the big truck. Now, in some cases, I do want to take the big truck and the toys at the same time, but quite often, if we're going out with the little toys, we're going out with all the little toys, and bringing the truck is just extra gas that, not needed. I love this beast. I really do, but, he's expensive to run all the time. We're in the vehicle now. We're just going for a little boot. There is no engine noise to this thing at all. Very quiet. You got surface noise of your tires on the road. Other than that, you don't hear anything. It is very, very quiet. It's very smooth. It's definitely a pleasure to drive. In comparison to the truck, which bounces every little thing you can find, you can feel it. You wouldn't think with those big tires you would, but yeah, when they're aired up for highway, they're a bit bumpy. It's a little hard. Still learning some of the bells and whistles that it has. Apparently, when I'm stopped, I can play videos on the center console. Only when you're stopped. Once you start moving, it switches. You can just hear the audio, but the video goes off, which, because it's in my view. And in Ontario, that is against the rules for me to be able to see the video. I get that. Same as this. Right now, you're seeing me for this far away because I've got the camera fixed so that I'm not having to hold it. Headed for the highway in a minute, and then you'll get to hear what it sounds like there. It's kind of funny when I'm driving, I hear other people's vehicles more than I hear my own. Compared to when you're in a booth, you got to yell at each other. Now we're currently onto the highway. The section in Toronto I'm in at this very moment. I'll be lucky if I get the car doing 80 because of traffic. It's a very, very busy area, and it's not a high moving area. I will be switching to another highway in a short bit, and that section, the next part of the next highway I'm going to be on is much more free flowing. Like, I'm literally stopped right now. I'm doing 0. I'm not moving at all. So, well, I got to 60 kilometers an hour, and we're stopped again. That's how fast we're going. Gotten onto the other highway, flows a little bit better. I'm currently doing 90. And as you can hear, the car is still very quiet. No extra noises, nothing. It's, Smooth acceleration. Now my GPS, my speedometer don't agree, so that's kind of fun. Not sure which one's right, but I'll go with the GPS. It says we're doing 105 right now. And again, very quiet. So as I learn more, I may drop a few more things on this vehicle, on what it's like, and some of the other attributes of it being a green vehicle as I get to learn them. As I say, I just got it. So, but for those of you who didn't know, as myself, that Outlander does have a green vehicle. I looked it up. It's still available. Looks a little different than this one for 2023, but they still have it. They still make it. And yeah, so if you're looking for a green vehicle, I would say it's worth having a little peek at. Well, that's pretty much all I've got on the Outlander for now. We did have one thing happen. The next day I was driving, it was raining. I threw the wipers on what I thought was interval, not knowing that it actually has an auto mode in it. So the wipers pulsed like I thought they were supposed to. Next thing you know, they're going faster. I'm kind of like, is there something wrong with this? And then I stop at a light. They kind of slow down a bit. And then later on, I'm driving down the highway and I'm getting splashed by transports, and they're just going on it like as fast as can be. And I realized finally, I spotted that it actually said auto on it. And it actually has a sensor somewhere in there that it actually tells how much water is hitting it. So kind of unique. I do like all those bells and whistles. You know, I love my truck. I love Moose for the simple fact that it's simple. I can fix it if something goes wrong. With SUV, yeah, no, I'm probably going to end up taking it to a shop. Too much electronics for my knowledge. But that said, beautiful ride, definitely enjoyable, and I've now run it through a tank of gas. It gets about 650 kilometers out of a tank, and that tank is, I don't know the exact size of it. I'll have to get back to you on that part, but it cost me like $58 Canadian at $1.66 a liter to fill the tank from empty. Like, so next to nothing. So beautiful. Very happy with that. Quite the difference from Moose, where I'm looking at $110 to fill the tank, and I'm doing it every other day. So yeah, big difference there. Anyways, lots coming up on the channel. I have lots of different things for you guys. We've got some video of some work we did on Moose with the drivetrain and stuff like that. We had some problems with it. Some of which you know, some other things that have happened since then. So trying to get that together for you. We've got some other mods that are coming up on Moose. Now that we have the grocery getters, I can do a few things that I've been wanting to do to the truck because I don't have to have it accessible all the time. I'm going to get the little toys out again as well. And now that we got the mini bike, I just got to build the shroud and we'll have it out. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, push that bell button so you don't miss any of the new content. I thank you for watching. See you next video.